Well, we've got our first full teaser for Peacemaker Season 2, and I want to kind of talk about it and let's break down a little bit of what we've seen. I'm real excited about it. This summer for DC is going to be fantastic with Superman and Peacemaker coming out, and DC fans are, well, we're eating good. We are eating good. All right. So kind of let's take a look at this here. All right, cuz like I said, I think this is going to be fan-freaking-tastic. Okay? Now, obviously, it starts off with Peacemaker showing up. Now, I want to say this because I think a lot of people are kind of misunderstanding how things are going on here. A lot of people, like, we're trying to figure out how is this going to fit into the DCU. There's a lot of people questioning, like, James Gunn says this is going to fit into the DCU. He has a way in for this to fit into the DCU, but when we start here, it seems like it's still part of the old. But is it? Because if you take a look, he pulls up to this here, and he's being. They talk about how he's going in for this interview. And first off, this was kind of a shock to see Maxwell Lord, Hawkgirl, and Guy Gardner here. This doesn't look like it's the old DC universe. So, one thing that you have to recognize when it comes to to trailers is you can't trust them. This could simply be a part of the show that is like episode 6, episode 7. This may not be episode 1. It could be, but it might not be. It could be towards the end of the season. It could be in the beginning of the season. We don't know. We also don't know where Peacemaker takes place. I've heard some people complain, well, with Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl in there, they're wearing the Lord tech suits, and they obviously aren't going to get their comic accurate suits and what have you. Again, this could take place, specifically this scene could take place prior to the events of Superman. We don't know all the information. Not saying that it will, it doesn't, whatever, what have you. What I'm trying to say is, take this as you see it. You know, the whole idea of this trailer is to pique your interest, to start asking questions. And it really does. Like, I love this little bit here where they start asking him questions, or, they ask him, like, so who are you? What do you do? And he brings it up. Like, he talks about it. I should probably turn the captions on here. He goes, they ask him, should it be Peacemaker or Chris? And he's like, either's fine. And then they're like, can you tell us a little about your skills? And he starts saying, I'm considered the finest marksman in the world. And then they turn off the mic, and they're like, and Hawkgirl's like, is the mic off? Yeah. And he's like, I'm also proficient in hand-to-hand combat. And then, they're back there thinking that the mic's off and he can't hear anything. Oh, how many more of these do we have? Hey, is there still popcorn left? I don't know. My ass is getting kind of large, that kind of thing. They're bringing the humor to it because that's what Peacemaker is. It is a comedy, and you're allowed to have comedy in a comedy show. It's okay. And it's funny. I love this little bit here that they have. Eventually, you do have Peacemaker realize, hey, am I supposed to be hearing what you're saying? Like, I can hear everything you're saying. And they all giggle and laugh about it. Not Peacemaker, though, because he's trying to be serious. Like, he wants to be part of a team. He wants to be part of a team that means something, because he feels like, hey, I've done some good. I've done things. I've saved the world a couple times now. I've done good. But he wants to be part of a team. And they just sit there and they laugh about it. So he comes out, he's angry, and they sit there and they talk about how they saved the world. Like, man, they're stupid for not taking you. You saved the world. And I want to go back to that whole idea that we don't know when this takes place, because who knows what happens in this season. Does he save the world again in this season? If he saves the world again in this season, could this be at the end of the series, at the end of this season, where he goes and talks to them like, hey, I want to be part of your team, and this is how the season ends, where it's like, man, I've saved the world 3 times now, or helped save the world 3 times now, because he wasn't really there at the end of Suicide Squad, and they act like this with me. Like, this is ridiculous. So it's one of those things. It's kind of like, hey, we don't know where this fits into the show, but regardless, it's interesting. It's funny. It's a good time. And I like how they bring in these characters. They're showcasing like this is a connected universe, which is awesome because now we've seen Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl in two. They're going to be in two projects back to back like that. And that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Not to mention Rick Flag, Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, and not only that, but he's also in Superman. So Rick Flag is in 1, 2, 3 like that. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But we go on, and, they tell a little bit of their story. We've saved the world, and they thought that they would get treated well, but, they get treated like heroes. But they're like, we don't need anybody else. We got us. We have us. We have the 11th Street. What is it? The 11th Street crew. We're gonna do just fine doing what we have to do. So they kind of move forward with that. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's fun. Like that's kind of the trailer. It's just seeing where everybody is at right now. But obviously, we then start to see that there might be more going on than meets the eye, because we then find out that Rick Flag Sr. is now in charge of Argus, that Amanda Waller was arrested, and they put Rick Flag Sr. in charge of Argus. This is interesting, because at the end of Creature Commandos, what was happening there? Now, with Rick Flag being in charge, and at the end of season 1 of Peacemaker, I'm sorry. Rick Flag now being in charge, he now wants to go after Peacemaker because Peacemaker is the one who killed his son. So he wants to go after Peacemaker, and he puts together a little team here, and there's more comedy bits about it. And let me see if I can find that little scene here. Regardless, he wants to put a team together to go after Peacemaker. And he's like, look, I've been watching Peacemaker ever since this, and this is tough. Like, if anything happens, we go after Peacemaker. And why though? Like, this to me, it's kind of like, besides the fact that he killed his son, which I get that, is there any other reason besides that he goes after him, or that they're going to go after him? Now, here's the part. Bring me Peacemaker, he says. And then he tells his team what to do. You scan for anomalies through the house, and he tells them what to do. So it looks like they're going to go after him. But I can't imagine that Rick Flag Sr. is going to be the main villain of this. I think there's going to be something else going on here. But we'll see, obviously. Don Cheadle being in this, I thought is hilarious. I didn't even know he was going to be in it. We get some shots of Eagly, which is great. Let's see. We see Harcourt being badass. Then we see Eagly as well, which is great. But we see them all kind of going together, getting the team back together. Let's see what else. See some action scenes. This scene here, Michael Rooker. We still don't know who this character is. Some want to say he's Apache Chief. I still don't know. Like, I'm not sure. It's interesting, I suppose. I mean, I'm curious what they're doing with this here, for sure. I want to know what it is, but I'm just so excited about this show. But I'm excited about DC just finally getting off the ground and having just a vision to move forward. And if anything, this show, this teaser has shown us that there is this connective tissue now like we've not seen in a long time. Because go back to what we had with the DCEU prior to it ending. There was so little connective tissue. Sure, Gal Gadot would show up as Wonder Woman, and Ben Affleck showed up in The Flash, but a lot of the things that they would connect it with were just like these little minute scenes at the post-credit scenes or something like that, or at the very end of the movie, and it was just like, hey, look, it's that person. Okay, move on. This seems like it's going to be far more connected, and it seems like the ramifications of Superman may have something that's everlasting within this universe, and it may affect Peacemaker as well moving forward. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. So we get more action sequences, explosions, and fun, and Chris being Chris, beating people up and having fun and doing things. We get the Peacemaker logo. But then we see this. So we see this like arsenal thing from season 1 that was Peacemaker's dad's little like storage room for his arsenal and everything. And we know it's kind of like this little area where it has like pocket dimensions in it. And this could be the avenue, the way into the DCU. This is kind of the idea. I think everybody is like, oh, why didn't we think about this when James Gunn said, I have a way in? Why wasn't anybody saying, well, this is it. This is the way in. Because maybe this is it. So Chris here opens a door and he kind of goes in and he walks into a room and another Peacemaker comes up to him and says, who the F are you? And points his gun at him. Now you can see the costume is slightly different in some ways. The helmet looks different. The bird, the peace bird is changed. The dove is changed. The suit looks slightly different. Is this the DCU that he walked into? Is this universe that he walks into here the DCU? Did he walk out of the DCEU into the DCU? And does this mean that maybe that he kills the DCU version and takes his place? Or what? I mean, at this point, let the speculation run rampant. Let the fun begin, because this is what is so much fun about being a fan of this type of stuff, is the speculation, is the theorizing. So let's run wild with these kind of theories and such. But this is the kind of stuff that is fun. This is what makes it fun. This is what makes it exciting, because we're finally going to get to see this DCU come to life. Creature Commandos was a great appetizer back in December. But finally this summer, the DCU is here. Superman, Peacemaker, just boom, pushing us right into this universe. I'm excited for it. I know you're excited for it. And look, there's a lot within this teaser that I know I probably didn't touch on, but I kind of wanted to just take it for what it is. Just run through it a little bit. Talk about how cool it is to see Guy Gardner, how cool it is to see Hawkgirl and Maxwell Lord and things like that in this teaser. First off, this is our first real look at Maxwell Lord. We haven't seen him before this. This is awesome. This is the first time we're really understanding, like, hey, maybe we know what's happening and how they're pulling Peacemaker into the DCU. There's so much here that we can sit and chew on and speculate on prior to Peacemaker coming out. There's a lot here that we can sit and discuss and talk about prior to Superman coming out. This is great. This is what makes being a fan of this stuff so much fun. Like, I don't know. Like, I say this all the time. Like, I remember back during the big CW days of just sitting there and theorizing of, like, what's happening on The Flash, what's happening on Arrow, what's happening on this, what's happening on that. Like, that was what made that universe so much fun. Yeah, the shows were good for a little while, but the theorizing is what made it even more fun with my friends. We're back to that right now. We're back to that with the DCU. And I can't be even slightly more excited than I am right now. Like, there's no way to be more excited than I am. So let me know what you guys think. Did you like the teaser? Were you excited to see the teaser? What was your favorite part of the teaser? I'd love to know what your favorite part of this teaser was. How do you think they're going to transition Peacemaker into the DCU? And what about Maxwell Lord, Hawkgirl, and Guy Gardner being there? Where do you think this all fits? I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. With all that said, guys, I'll catch you all later.